night edition of the NBA. We're at the point in the season now, Clark, where teams know what they've got. Talk more about that aspect.
Yeah, you know, it's a good point. You've, at this point, figured out by now if you could potentially do something special as a team or if you need help to accomplish that goal. So some front offices look to go out and get that help.
The bright lights of the NBA Cup semifinals. So much pressure. And guess what? MP thrives in the spotlight. Guys, he loves it.
Yeah, and talking to MP before the game, you could tell he was ecstatic. The entire NBA is watching this one. MP has a huge chance to prove himself. I expect him to have a big game.
Now, the starting group for the Milwaukee Bucks. MP out there with Damian Lillard. Then there's Bobby Portis. Then there's Kyle Kuzma. And it's Lopez in at the center. That one goes in.
Tell you what, nice mid-range shot there from MP, and that'll open things up for him on the floor.
Rozier, the pass to Anderson. Back to Rozier. Lets the three fly. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
All Rozier needs is a little breathing room, and he's firing that thing, and usually knocking it down.
Well, Greg, it took 40 years, but the Bucks finally won their second NBA title back in 2021.
Yeah, and Kareem leading that 71 squad. Giannis was the man in 2021, averaging 35 and 13 during the finals, closing out the Suns with that 50-piece in Game 6.
A reliable stretch forward. In this day and age, Kuzma is very valuable because of his three-point shooting.
Anderson outside. Pass to Hackett. Back to Anderson. Clock at 6. To the middle. Here's Ware. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
You know, didn't need two hands for that slam. One will do just fine.
You're right. He can save the other hand for the next time.
Yeah, I like the variety, though. Nice to switch it up.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Portis. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Andrew Wiggins.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
Wiggins is checked in for Miami. Shot's good by Hero.
And when you watch Hero play, it's no surprise he's a gym rat. He can score from any spot on the floor.
And Eric Spoelstra, the head coach of the Miami Heat, receiving a record 8-year, $120 million extension. I think that's some big dough.
Is it ever? And remains coaching for the only NBA franchise he's ever worked for. Already one of the most tenured head coaches in the association, and that figures to continue for a while.
Now, Hero. Playing Milwaukee, he was nearly unstoppable. Down low, and stolen by Portis. MP with it. Picked up by Hero. Here's Kuzma. Wiggins with the block.
Great read that time by Wiggins, anticipating the shot. Sends it out with return to sender postage.
And the Bucks with some changes. Trent comes in for Brook Lopez. And Kevin Porter subbed in for Lillard. And it's Anderson with the ball for the Heat. They trail by 3. Hero scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And how about Hero's body control, capable of still scoring even when the defense ups the ante in terms of physicality.
Here's Kuzma. Can't hit that one. Good D by Anderson. For Miami, they've gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Portis kicks to Porter. MP left side. Kuzma outside. And the Bucks miss again. Heat shooting it from their comfort zone so far. In this one, 57% from the field. Anderson can't get it to go.
you know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
MP finds Porter. Back to MP. Outside Porter. MP left side. Portis inside the three-point line. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
This speaks to how assertive Portis is, and he's skilled at knocking it down off the catch, too.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Kuzma with it. Guarded now by Anderson. And MP gets it to go on the assist by Trent. 7 points for MP.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Shots good by Hero.
Oh, and the touch on the interior. Hero can hit jumpers as well as capitalize in close.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Milwaukee shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
And I think this is a strength of this team. Solid numbers at the line across the board, 77% collectively.
And guys, that allows their opponents to play very aggressive defense if they choose to, knowing it's not a bad thing to send them to the foul line.
And so it's MP making things happen for Milwaukee. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle step. .157 left in the first half of the game. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. MP in the last game against Miami got the job done. He finished with 17 points and capitalized from the perimeter, making a few threes. He was certainly effective, doing a little bit of everything for his squad. Kevin will have to appreciate that kind of effort.
Thanks, David. You know, GA, you wonder how much of that performance can carry over into this one.
You never really know what will happen game to game, but I sure wouldn't bet against him.
No, you can't bet against a guy like that. He looks like he's in a groove, focused, on top of his game. No reason that he can't keep it going.
And Dwayne Wade is the first Heat player to be honored with a statue. And Greg, that's pretty significant for a very successful franchise.
And Kevin, well deserved, right? D-Wade, the best player in franchise history. He helped bring 3 championships to the city. Plus, he's already got a street named after him.
Kuzma passes to Lopez. The Bucks working the ball around. Here's MP. Kuzma left side. And again the turnover by the Bucks.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game. Milwaukee making a switch here.
Portis is checked in. The Heat have gone 6 of 14 shooting here in the second. Here's Rozier. Nice shot from 10 feet out. Rozier's got 5 points so far.
Boy, that confidence really obvious on Rozier's jumper. Knocking it down, and you can see his team didn't doubt it either.
Here's Lopez. It's tipped. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Ware. There's the triple. The rebound by the Bucks. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
Yeah, I mean, on the road, their defense was just overrun. Couldn't match the intensity of the opponent, and it cost them.
And you know what, guys? It just seemed like they never really had the kind of energy necessary. They just weren't comfortable on the defensive end.
Here's Hero. And there's another one for the Heat.
He just exudes a love of the game, guys. You can see it in everything he does. This guy lives and breathes the game.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Heat lead by 2. We've got more hoops coming your way in just a moment.
Taking a look here at Miami, They've been stuck in the middle tier. Not good enough to challenge for a chip, but not bad enough to get out.
Circling back to our featured game, the Miami Heat find themselves in a pretty even matchup.
Getting points from that second unit was clutch.
That is more than enough of us. Let's send you back to the game. Kevin Harlan and crew with the second half.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You gotta like what Tyler Hero has done in this one.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of it.
The guard set is Rozier and Hero. Anderson is out there with Jaime Jaquez. And it's Ware in at the center, filling out the middle. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Analytics or the eye test? The optics or the numbers in front, Greg? When you're judging the performance of a player, what kind of criteria do you use?
Well, an MVP candidate recently said, my eye test tells me this guy's a terrible defender, but the analytics tell me he's a great defender. I'm confused, and I often feel the same way.
Hero from long range. The rebound by the Bucks. Portis has got his fourth rebound in this one. Lillard outside. Back to MP. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. Fires from the line. And no good.
Boy, he knows he should have knocked that one down, especially with the defense not giving much of an effort.
Up top, Hero, covered by MP.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Hey, they got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
Prince is checked in for Milwaukee. And it's denied. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Hero, no good.
Boy, just not scoring with the efficiency he'd like to. Tough quarter for him.
And the dunk by Lopez.
Putting that Stanton to the test, big fella. Banging it down.
The Heat leading by 3. Outside Rozier. Back to Hero. Here's Ware, defended by Portis. Ware kicks to Hero. 5 on the clock. Over MP. Hero, no good.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Here's Hero. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Hero's got 17 now.
Boy, he's cooking with grease. He's got things flaming up, looking for an opportunity every time down the floor when he's that hot.
MP, no good. Miami's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. They get it back, and it's Rozier missing.
Well, I don't think he's performing up to his own expectations, but they still find themselves out in front.
MP, no good. The Heat leading by 3. And it's Rozier that time on the assist by Jaquez. And it's 7 points for Terry Rozier. MP dishes to Lillard. Back to MP. Ring shot on the way. Offensive rebound. The kick out to Lopez. Out of handout. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. And the rejection by MP. Prince, the pass to MP. Using his athleticism, MP with the play.
MP squeezing all that juice he can get out of that orange. What a night he's had.
And we'll have a timeout called by Eric Spoelstra. Looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about.
Substitution on the court.
So with Lillard on the bench, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers right now. Prince out there with Kyle Kuzma. Then it's MP. Then it's Porter. And it's Lopez in at center. MP. Pass to Porter. Bucks passing it around. 6 to shoot. Kuzma with a screen on Wiggins. MP finishes inside.
Young fella does not let the contact distract or bother him. Business-like finish from MP.
Wiggins sets a screen for Robinson. Wallace with it. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now.
The play will be reviewed under NBA rules.
The original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
To take the lead, here's Lopez. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
A big physical guy with an undeniably silky stroke. Brook Lopez is a force to be reckoned with at both ends of the floor.
And the free throw is good, now leading by 1.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Here's Hackett. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. For Milwaukee, they've gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. MP deciding where to go with it. Pass to Lopez. It's deflected. Marquez against Prince. And a wide open look for Hero. And they cash in right away with the quick shot. Hero's got 19 points. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Heat.
Phenomenal work on the defensive end so far. That stands out the most. They've made it their mission to block shots and make things hard for the opposition.
And we also got to highlight how lackluster the opposition has been in terms of boxing out. This team is flat out bullying them on the offensive glass.
MP against Hero. Plenty of space. Bullseye. Hero's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And, you know, some guys shrink as the game tightens. Hero calls for the ball. Clutch.
Portis is checked in for the Bucks. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Lopez a screen on Hero. Here's MP and denied. Sends it right off the glass. And now here's Rozier, the fast break chance. Shoots over Lillard. And they'll get another chance. There's Hero with the 3. Hits it from three-point range. Hero's got 12 points in just the second half.
And this is why many are high on Hero. Possesses ability to kick it up a notch and just take over.
MP dishes to Lopez.
When you have a reliable big man like Lopez who can get you buckets like that, it's really such an asset for a team.
MP against Hero. It counts. And the foul. It's going to be on MP.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And you know that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days. The and one puts a little extra insurance on their lead. What a good play.
Big moment. MP showing some savvy. What a bright future this young man has.
Steps back. Here's Hero. Good on the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
2-possession game now. I mean, those were really important foul shots.
MP against Hero. MP, that's for 2. The rebound by Anderson. And it's Anderson with the ball for the Heat. Yes, with a wide open look. Again, the miss by the Heat. On the wing, MP. He's covered by Hero. Portis sets the pick for MP. Pass to Lillard. Back to MP. Shot clock at 6. From outside off the mark. And that's an intentional foul. He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there.
No time to waste on this possession.
Got to go right up with it and then foul immediately.
Good. And now they trail by just 4.
And he should thank the team for those 2 points. Nobody paid much attention to him on that play.
And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
They didn't really have another option. I mean, I thought they did a nice job getting it in his hands and making sure he was the guy who'd go to the line.
So he gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Those are critical foul shots. Love to see him knock them down there.
Timeout called, the Bucks. They're down by 6. What do you think Coach's focus is going to be here?
There's still a sliver of hope.
Yeah, but they've got to score and then foul immediately.
MP kicks to Lillard. Connects from downtown.
Who else? It's got to be Lillard in that situation. No question about it.
And an intentional foul there stops the clock.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
That's a good foul, though. I like that. I mean, clock management crucial at this time of the game.
And so both free throws are good, and it's a 5-point game.
I think it's a wrap. When the game's on the line, he knows how to deliver the crushing blow.
And so it's Miami winning this one. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah.
Man, y'all know what's going on. Tell them coming in. That's it. We're gonna be back with some more videos. You did.